Welcome to History and Shakers with B. Orilabawai.
This is episode 13.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything.
London, July 5, 1984. A quiet street in Bayswater. A man steps out of his semi-detached home, adjusting his jacket, preparing for a noon press interview. A whistle sounds. 3 men approach. Moments later, he's dragged into a van. Inside, a voice mocks him. Umaru Dikko, we have got you. Today, we have got you. Hours later, he will be unconscious, drugged, stuffed inside a wooden crate, labeled diplomatic baggage. This is not fiction. This is one of the boldest abduction attempts in modern diplomatic history. This is the story of Umaru Dikko. Now let us rewind. In Nigeria, December 31st, 1983. It was New Year's Eve in Lagos. Celebrations filled the air. Beneath the fireworks was fear. Oil prices had crashed in 1982. Nigeria, dependent on oil revenue, plunged into recession. Inflation soared, food prices skyrocketed. Crime increased, salaries went unpaid. President Shagari's civilian government struggled. Then came the coup. On December 31, 1983, the military overthrew the elected government. Major General Muhammadu Buhari came to power. Ministers were arrested. Trials began. But one powerful figure had escaped. Umaru Dikko, former Minister of Transport, presidential campaign manager, brother-in-law to President Shagari. He had once stood at the very center of power. Now he was in exile in London. The new military government accused him of corruption, racketeering, embezzlement. To them, he was the most wanted man in Nigeria, and they wanted him back at all costs. Born December 31, 1936, in Wamba, Kaduna State, Dikko studied mathematics at the University of London. He worked for the BBC Hausa service. He rose through government ranks in northern Nigeria. Commissioner for Finance, Commissioner for Information. By 1979, when democracy returned, he lost a Senate bid, but was appointed Transport Minister by President Shagari. He was flamboyant, confident, polarizing. He chaired the Presidential Taskforce on food shortages, imported rice, but critics accused the task force of hoarding rice to inflate prices. An opposition senator told the New York Times in 1981, the shortage of rice is definitely contrived and promoted by a few privileged Nigerians in high positions. Dikko denied wrongdoing, but perception hardened, and when the military took over, he fled back to London. Dikko leaves home for a scheduled interview with Ghanaian journalist Elizabeth Oene on July 5, 1984. He barely walks a few yards. A whistle. 3 men closing. He is grabbed with force. He later recalled, I was hauled into a van with a crushing noise. Inside the van, they bind him. Handcuffs, shackles. A doctor injects him. Arm, buttocks. He becomes dizzy, unconscious for 36 hours. He will later be found with an endotracheal tube down his throat to keep him alive while sedated. Meanwhile, police alerts spread across Britain. His secretary had heard the commotion and alerted friends. Scotland Yard's anti-terrorist unit was notified. Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher was informed. A nationwide hunt began. At Stansted Airport, Customs Officer David Morrow noticed something unusual. A wooden crate addressed to Nigerian Ministry of External Affairs Lagos from Nigerian High Commission London, labeled diplomatic baggage. Diplomatic baggage cannot legally be opened, but something felt wrong. The Nigerian cargo plane was minutes from takeoff. Morrow ordered the crate opened. Nigerian officials protested. Immunity, protocol, international law. The crate was forced open. Guess what was inside? Umaru Dikko, unconscious. Beside him, the doctor assigned to keep him sedated during the flight to Nigeria. The airport was surrounded. Arrests were made. The plane never took off. The fallout was explosive. Britain declared the Nigerian High Commissioner persona non grata. Diplomatic relations between Britain and Nigeria were suspended for 2 years. 4 men were convicted at the Old Bailey. 3 Israelis, 1 Nigerian. They were jailed. Both Nigeria and Israel denied official involvement. But the sophistication of the operation told its own story. What was meant to be a quiet extraction became a global scandal. Afterwards, Dikko regained consciousness in hospital. He remained in Britain for over a decade. Ironically, the affair weakened Nigeria's anti-corruption campaign. Britain later refused to extradite him and other Nigerian politicians wanted on corruption charges. The attempted abduction became one of the most infamous intelligence blunders of the 1980s. This was not just kidnapping. It was about power after power is lost, revenge dressed as justice. Diplomatic immunity tested at its limit, and our one wooden crate nearly triggered a full international rupture. From Lagos to London, from minister to fugitive, from political titan to cargo. History sometimes travels in strange packaging. Some scandals fade quietly, others are stamped in bold letters across international headlines. Diplomatic baggage became a phrase the world would never forget, and Umaru Dikko became the man who almost left London in a box. Thank you for watching this episode of History and Shakers with B. Uvila Bawaye. If you have any thoughts about this episode, do drop them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss the next episode. Bye bye.